Hey, good morning, everybody. This is going to be day one of my innovation workshop series, course series on innovation in a design thinking program. And first thing that I want to do here today is really level set on, why innovation even matters. And that's just because the world around us needs innovation. We've come to this point by being an innovative species. I think that's what really fuels us. The fact that we are creative people who like to express ourselves, who like to problem solve, and innovation is kind of where all of those things really happen. From observing the world and nature and trying to be better with it. I don't think better is the right word, but I think you get what I'm saying, right? It's inherent in us to be innovative. If you think about that, think about us as children and how we play. And again, going back to Steven Johnson, some of the playful ideas and the playfulness that leads to innovation. So that's one of the very first things that I want us to pursue here in this workshop is, along with the readings that I'm going to assign, also just the understanding that what we need more than anything to be innovative creatures and to understand innovation better is not simply to read a book or watch a video or blah blah blah, do anything like that. What we need to have is what's called a bias towards action. When we go through and read some of these histories about innovation, you'll see that these innovations there aren't these light bulb moments, right? That's a fallacy that gets put out there because it's a simple, easier story than the actual true tale of innovation, which is long, winding, and full of failure. Even the most famous, Edison, in his story of innovation, even when he's celebrated or his failures are mentioned, or the quote about failed 10,000, 10 trillion, whatever times, that's almost, I think, glossed over too much and not embraced. The idea of failure is not embraced as much as it should be. And what I mean by failure, failure has negative connotations, but it really shouldn't, because we learn from failure. And that's why play and bias towards action means so much in the world of innovation, being innovative. I had a basketball coach in high school, and he's one of those old, the old school guys, probably threw a chair in his lifetime, would swear at us every once in a while. And he made a comment, when we were playing defense, and he made the comment that, it's easier to go right if you're already going left or moving in another direction than it is to go right from standing still. Now, I don't know, maybe that was all just BS because he didn't want us to be lazy on defense. And I've never checked the empirical, any of the evidence to see, scientific evidence to see if that's true or not. But we do know, a body at rest tends to stay at rest, a body in motion tends to stay in motion. So this idea of being in motion and working on something, anything, is going to be more productive towards fostering innovation than just sitting there. Even if you're sitting there kind of just reading or thinking or observing, trying to figure out the world and ideas, when waiting for that one light bulb, apple from the tree moment to bring everything together. The only way that moment happens is if you're actually already working on something. Even if that something isn't the perfect idea, if you're searching for the perfect idea, you're wasting your time, because the perfect idea is only going to come from a bias towards action and multiple learnings through failings in other pursuits. So my challenge to you, with this course here, and with even this day, is let's have some bias towards action. Now, how does that manifest itself for you? I don't know at this point. I'm lucky enough, I've put myself in a situation through being a teacher, through working in curriculum development for a lot of different people, to be in a position where I'm always kind of in a space where I'm exposed to lots of different ideas and lots of different challenges. So it's almost always my go-to move, whether in any meeting, is to grab a freaking marker and at least start putting something on the board, right? Ideas are worthless. Ideas are worthless. We all have thousands of ideas, even that we don't even realize it, right? There's ideas floating in the air all around us. I could go into this gas station right here and ask anybody, hey, what's your big idea? And everybody would have at least one. But the problem is that they have not done any action on them. They have not put a pen to paper, a note, a scribble, anything down to make that idea move anywhere closer to a reality. So that's what I'm going to challenge you with today in this first part of this workshop. Complete the readings if you want, not a big deal. We'll kind of summarize them and talk around them, and everything that we do is going to be part of, reinforcing what the readings would say anyway. But I think that if you truly want to understand innovation better, I highly recommend that you follow along with the readings. And then also, let's somehow, some way today find a way to have a bias towards action. And what does that mean for you? When have you had a bias towards action in the past? When have you been sitting in a meeting, or how many meetings have you ever sat in where everybody talks for an hour and then nothing comes of it? Is that due to a lack of bias towards action? I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on that, because this will be like one of our jumping off points here. Bias towards action. Let's get into their discussions. Let's have some back and forth, and let's just start figuring out what this innovation thing is and how we can be better at it.